This is race 14, heat 3.
1 minute 30.
1:30 to start. Nice breeze in the afternoon.
1 minute 20. 1 minute 10.
So we're race 14, heat number 3. We will take the far end of the starting line, and we would walk with Mark. We will mark in Mark. Yep. We will. Yep, we will.
Mark. Mark.
50.
Hello, sir.
With the headphone.
Yeah, that's going to work.
Not bad.
40.
40 seconds.
So 40 seconds to start.
They have been very clean starts.
30.
Bunch of races.
We have the black sails, 211, Gunnar Gustafsson from West Sweden.
20.
71, Richard Malm closest to us, also from West Sweden. And on the other side
9, 8, 7, 6,
we have a yellow boat, I don't yet see, 87 I think.
1.
So we have in the middle of the race Nick Jarrett. Nick has a number 22 and is steering in the middle of the picture now.
What happened with 87?
And we have some boats going to the outer side, 75 Winton from the United States, number 30, number 114 Andrew Donkin from Australia, 64 Japan, red boat, 22 Nick is just tacking. So we have a nice lineup of boats going out with Magnus Timmerdal number 8, 115 Magnus Janeborn, 59 Bo Lindsjö, and as I said 211 black sails.
30 starboard.
So seemingly very good conditions. No problems with too little wind, just enough. And we'll follow the sailors without trying to disturb them too much. So as it looks now, Bo Lindsjö is in a good position, 59, red boat. Just followed by Winton, United States, who got a good tack up there. Nick, number 22 on the left side, is likely to try to go directly for the windward walk without any further tacks. So the sun is shining now, mirroring the boat, so it will be a little bit more difficult to see. So Nick Jarrett and Bo Lindsjö, as I proposed, are leading the race, but also Gary Winton from the United States is coming in even before Bo Lindsjö. And on top of everybody, seemingly, Magnus Timmerdal, number 8 from Sweden, who also come in from the outside. So let's see how that works out. Magnus Timmerdal, number 8, followed by number 22, Nick from Australia, 211, Gustafsson from Sweden. And now we have a carambolage at the windward gate, as sometimes happens. 75 with 30. And of course, one never knows what is the reason for this, but normally someone has come in from the port trying to tack into the people coming from starboard. So we have a nice lineup here with number 8, Magnus Timmerdal leading, with Nick Jarrett and Gunnar Gustafsson, who has done a good approach. He was much more behind before. And then we have 115 Magnus Jonneborn, 59 Bo Lindsjö, and as often is the case, one of these Lindholm people, Johan probably, 206. So that's what we see now. I made a forecast this morning how this would look for the people going up and down the list in view of the fact that this afternoon we are getting close now, a couple of hours from the end of the qualifying races. And I thought that there would be movement among about 20 people. But in fact, the movement has been even more dramatic. Ulf Lindberg has moved up more than 20 places, maybe 30 places, having had a win earlier today and coming from a very, very low place in the ranking previously. So there may be more people moving dramatically up and down. What we can see from today is that top competitors from abroad, like Tushingham and Nick, both have made sterling efforts, and Tushingham is already up as number 2 in the ranking. So of course that doesn't mean so much now for the top people. What is more important is who is around, let's say, place 20, 15, 20 or so, depending on where the border will be drawn between the gold and the silver groups. Getting into the gold group, of course, opens up new possibilities. So Magnus Timmerdal has a fairly good lead so far, but you never know what it will look like when you come further down. But he has approached it very well so far, followed by Nick and Bo Lindsjö in the 3rd position. Then we will see what Johan Lindholm will do on the outer track, whether he will gain from that or not. We also have Gunnar Gustafsson coming from on port, going out just behind Bo Lindsjö. And then we have Chaco Kaiser, the Netherlands, coming with his nice orange boat. And 514 Andrew Gibbs, close to me here at the bridge, from Australia, who has done a very high, large improvement in his ranking during the day, with several good positions. So Magnus Timmerdal is racing away up to the windward mark. Nick has decided to go closer to the bridge, again trying to avoid a further unnecessary tack and being able to more closely determine the distance he will need in order to pass the windward mark without too much extra space. So it does, however, look as if Magnus Timmerdal is getting closer, but he might have to tack another time. Yes, he is tacking once more and tacking now more or less, followed by Nick and Bo Lindsjö and Gunnar Gustafsson in that order. So it turned out that Johan Lindholm did not benefit so much from going far out. It was not, and also Chaco Kaiser comes in the same group as him. But on the other hand, they are probably also not lost. Although Chaco had to tack once more to pass the mark, which made it possible for Magnus Jarneborn to pass him, which was perhaps a disappointment for Chaco. So here we are on the way down again. We see Magnus Timmerdal approaching the leeward mark downwind for the final approach to the end, the finishing line upstream, so to say. So we have him, and we have Nick, and we have Bo Lindsjö, and we have Gunnar Gustafsson, and we have two boats, Magnus Jarneborn and Johan Lindholm, coming side by side. So Nick has chosen the inner route, and Magnus Timmerdal the outer. So let's see who wins on that, or whether it's equal. That will soon be seen. It's not obvious. Let's see how Magnus now seeks to cover Nick, who's coming dangerously close to him, having gained a little bit in the approach here, but coming just slightly behind Magnus Timmerdal as they meet from the inside and from the outside. And now Magnus and Nick are on the same track. Magnus has a good height in his approach. He's going very close to the bridge, again trying to avoid unnecessary tacking. So this will be a very exciting final approach to the finishing line, where Magnus is in the lead, followed by Nick Jarrett and Bo Lindsjö.
We have to pay attention to the finishing line. We have a couple of situations there.
So let's see how this will work out for the two. Clearly Magnus has the intention of going on starboard in the final meters, in order to make sure that he could cover Nick Jarrett if he should be very, very close at the finishing line. Although it does seem that Magnus has a good speed now. They are both tacking again, covering each other as they approach the finishing line. And it seems that actually Magnus Timmerdal has increased his advantage a little bit over Nick in the final tack. So there will be one more tack for both of them, and Magnus Timmerdal is definitely closer to the finishing line than Nick Jarrett is. And Gunnar Gustafsson is doing fine, coming in as probably third, providing that Johan Lindholm does not have an enormous speed in the last meters, but he is likely to come in as number 4, having passed Bo Lindsjö, who is almost at the same time crossing the finishing line. And there we have Magnus Jarneborn, and we have Rickard Malm coming in very nicely on starboard, almost finishing at the same time as Magnus Jarneborn. And then we have Andrew Gibbs from Australia. We have Chaco Kaiser just before him, by the way, from the Netherlands, and Gary Winton from the United States. So a good lineup in this heat.